We enter the race before the break. Doug Design ARCA Series, round 4 for Extreme Motorsports and 99.com at the iRacing virtual track of Michigan. Although we don't know what would happen out here tonight, I can imagine we may see some 3 wide. These drivers will have to watch the bumper hooks tonight when they're close together, but I do think the biggest thing tonight might be the fuel here this evening. However, 90 laps here tonight. Welcome, everyone, to MaxSpeedTV. I am Joshua Medlock. Alongside with me tonight, glad to have him with me, L. Bryce Whitson Jr. Bryce, how are you doing tonight, man?
Hey, thanks for the intro there, Josh. I'm doing pretty good. Sitting back, we're going to watch some ARCA racing tonight from Michigan International Raceway, and see what we can do, man. This is a wide open track, lots of grip here. Overall, it's not a terrible track to drive. I've had quite a few races here in the time I've been on iRacing, and it's going to be an exciting time, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, I think it will too, Bryce. This track, like you said, is very wide. Pretty much as wide as Auto Club, not as wide, but it does have that width to it. These cars, you will probably see the three wide action here tonight as I was talking about it. But what about a potential 4 wide here tonight? It can happen.
It all depends on how well everybody's able to hold their own line and keep the car under control. With tracks like this, the biggest issue is going to be cautions breed cautions. Guys are going to come out of that start-finish line, and I know here at Extreme we have a 3 wide rule, no 3 wide before getting out of turn 2 or getting on the backstretch, but there's nothing that says you can't go 4 or 5 wide into turn 3 and 4, and guys have just got to realize that you got to keep your car underneath you and keep the bumpers clean, or else you're not going to be able to run very fast. Because here at Michigan International Speedway, it's all about the aerodynamics. If you're crinkled up, you're not going to the front. I promise you that.
Yeah, we'll get more on that aerodynamics here later on in the race, but of course we've got to go through the pre-race analytics here tonight real quick. An air temp of 86, but Bryce, buddy, that track temp looking a little warm out there. 110-degree track temp. I imagine it might be a little slick out there too.
It could be. It all depends. I mean, the new tire here on iRacing has got a lot of grip to it. The first couple laps it can be a little dicey, but once these tires get warmed up and they start sticking to the track, there's quite a bit of grip. I wouldn't worry about the track temp as much as I would worry about just pushing too hard there on those first couple of laps until you're up to speed.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, 90 laps here this evening, 180 miles. I got the tire window at about 40 laps or so, Bryce. We will see them use up some tires here at Michigan, but they don't use up a whole lot, but we are going to have to watch that tire wear for sure. Fuel window, 75% fuel, Bryce. I know you're probably one of the best ones at mathematics, but I've estimated it probably around 28 to 35 laps roughly on fuel. Does that sound about
right? It could be. I've not done the math for here because I'm not racing tonight, but if it stays clean and green, it could very well become a fuel mileage race. It's really going to be up to those drivers. It could get very interesting if it becomes a fuel mileage race, depending on the fall off. So we'll just have to watch as the race goes on.
Yes, we will. And we'll have 90 laps to watch that here this evening. Let's go ahead and take a look at the regular point standings coming into tonight. This is the top 12 in points. And Bryce, you can chime in at any time you want. But the points coming into tonight as followed. Eli Green and Orlando Rivera coming into round 4, tied at 117 points for first place. So these guys are going to be battling it out here on the track to take over that elusive first spot. Brad Slaughter Jr., one of the guys I mentioned, one to watch here in third, 111 points, 6 back behind Eli and Orlando. Ryan Swan up 5 points in fourth, 102 points, 9 behind Brad. Then we go back up 15 spots. Bradley Wetzel in fifth, 93 points, 9 back. Patrick Moore in sixth, down 3 spots, 87, 6 points back. Eric Talon up 6 spots into 7th, 86 points, 1 back. Brian Wasserman up 5 spots into 8th, 84 points, 2 back. James Shanewolf, our Daytona winner, down 6 spots coming into tonight, 9th in points, 81 back. 81 points, 3 back behind Brian. Matt Alverson going to round out the top 10, 3 spots down, 75 points, 6 back. Actually tied. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, that's a pretty close top 10, given that we've still got another 5 weeks after this for Gas to race. I guess, 6 weeks for Gas to race. So, that big 42-point lead that the 10th place got that they have over 10th place, that can disappear real quick. So that's something that we really got to watch for. Is these guys need to realize 6 more races, 42 points ain't much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 42 points from the top 10, and even the 11th place tied with that top 10 driver, Kyle Knapp Sr., 75 points. So from Jake Musto, it's going to round out the top 12 because that's all that makes it into the chase. From Jake Bustos, he's got 74 points. He's up 10 spots. He's only 1 point behind Cal Knapp and Matt Alverson. However, though, from 1st to 12th, Bryce, there's not a big gap there between them two.
No, there's not. We're just going to have to see. At the end of the day, it could be something as simple as, again, who keeps the nose of their car clean a little bit longer to get up front tonight. So we're just going to have to watch this race and see how things go.
Yes, we will. Alrighty, well, about a minute and a half left. We are going to step away here, play the national anthem, folks. Don't go anywhere. Qualifying will be underway when we come back, as well as as overall team points and team points for the ARCA series. So stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back. Well, alrighty, folks, back live here on MaxSpeedTV. Qualifying, of course, is underway here this evening for round number 4 of the Doug Design ARCA series. Of course, big shout out to Doug Blackman and Doug Design out there. You can visit their Facebook at facebook.com/TheRealDougDesign. But qualifying, as we was talking about it here, looks like Brad Slaughter Jr. up there in that top spot, Bryce. And one of those drivers I mentioned earlier that you've got to watch.
Yeah, you said that Brad was one of those guys to watch. I'm not super familiar with all the drivers in this series, just trying to get used to them. But, I just noticed Jake Bustos up there in second place. Jake and I used to run together as well in another league, and he's a pretty talented driver as well. So, we'll have to see what happens with all the qualifying and everything. It looks like it's going to be about over now. But I'll tell you,
Yep.
it looks like we got about a 10-mile-an-hour west wind, 16-mile-an-hour west wind right now. And, that's probably playing heck with him going through that corner.
Oh, yeah, I think going to the corner with that wind is going to play a big factor for sure. We'll have to, of course, watch that wind factor and, of course, the heat on the track here this evening, and really have to watch the drivers itself. We've got a full field here tonight. Again, Bryce, 43 drivers here at Michigan, and this track can hold it, but can these drivers hold each other?
Oh, that'll be the real question of what happens. I mean, I'd like to see a long green flag run here and let these guys really run it out, because I think it'll be a lot of fun if they can.
Oh, yeah, it will be. I think we're going to see some green flag pit stops here tonight. I don't know if they're going to get spread out, but, we'll get more into that here in a minute. But let me go ahead and go down through the ARCA team points coming into this evening. Virtual Racing Alliance in that top spot. In the ARCA series at 111 points. Sampson in second at 93. Kicking Asphalt Racing in third with 75. Actually tied with Legacy Esports for that third spot with 75. EWR, that is Evan Wells Racing in fifth with 72. East Coast Motorsports in sixth with 71. Primetime in seventh with 65. And 4X going to round out that eighth position. So only 8 teams this season for everybody that is just tuning in. 4X is going to have 36 points. Now, the overall team points, Bryce, is where it really counts, because that's where that team championship comes in at the end of round 5 of the Cup Series of the Chase. After everything is tallied, this is where it comes down to.
Yeah, Extreme Motorsports 99 has got their own little system going here with their team points and everything else. It's something different for iRacing. And they bring in people from all 4 of their series, their Cup Series, their Xfinity Series, their Truck Series, and their K&N or their ARCA Series, and bring in different drivers there, bring them together for a team point system. So I know that's a really coveted trophy over here, and we'll just have to see what happens from these rookies in Extreme Motorsports tonight.
Yes, yes. Well, give you a little bit of inside information. Now, Sampson Motorsports has won that overall team championship for 2 seasons already. And, with us now in that new season, everybody, of course, is gunning for Sampson. But let's go through here. I'm going to go through these overall team points, and really, really close here. Now, Primetime is up at the top spot with 1,010. Virtual Racing Alliance in second with 998. East Coast Motorsports in third with 772. Evan Wells Racing in fourth with 673. Sampson Motorsports, the defending 2-timers, in fifth with 649. Kicking Asphalt Racing in sixth with 637. 4X in seventh with 560, and Legacy Esports with 556. Now, this is, of course, after all 4 points are tallied across the board. I only do the overall on Monday nights because I want the previous week, included. So, even though we're on round 4, Bryce, still really, really close going into tonight, and of course the break coming up here.
Yeah, the break will give everybody a couple weeks off to reset, and you never know. Sometimes those breaks can really affect a driver if they're not getting out there driving all the time. You know, when it comes down to this, a lot of these guys are spending 30, 40 hours a week racing, and when you get out of that motion, you sometimes lose a little bit of speed. So, we'll have to see what happens when everybody comes back after the break. But, tonight let's focus on this awesome ARCA Series race coming up here in about 10 minutes and go from there.
Yeah, we'll be doing it. They're actually in a drivers meeting right now, so I know we got Memorial Day coming up here. So first and foremost, before we get going, thank you all out there that have served, are serving, and are going to serve in our armed forces, as well as thank you all to all medical professionals out there for dealing with everything that is going on. I mean, you guys and gals deserve it just as much as our veterans. And Bryce, I know you are a veteran yourself. Thank you.
No, that's not true. I'm not a veteran.
Oh, you're
I
not.
did I worked for the Navy.
You
So,
worked for the Navy. Well, thank you.
you know, well, my job working for the Navy was I actually worked with aircraft protection systems for Navy and Air Force aircraft. So to me, days like Veterans Day and Memorial Day are really important because those are the people that I served for 11 years working for the Navy. Uh, we developed a lot of technology and a lot of different ways to protect aircraft from getting shot down by missiles. It's a pretty cool gig. I really enjoyed it. Like I say, worked there for 11 years, and you know, I'll never forget the memories there. And definitely, it's an honor to have worked for the Navy and done what I did. And I salute our veterans as well. My father was a veteran. He was in the Vietnam War and in the Korean War. So definitely, Memorial Day and Veteran Day are a big one for me.
Yeah, and yep, I do appreciate it. I'm a veteran myself. Not everybody knows that. But that enough about me. It's a kind of about the drivers here tonight. Of course, Bryce, I know I got some more stuff here about you, but we're gonna wait until these drivers get to racing and get on the track out here tonight. But kind of what's more of your thoughts here at Michigan? It is wide. It is a very fast track. Do you think these drivers are really going to be able to pull away from one another? Aerodynamics, a big key, as you was talking about earlier. So the draft is going to play a big factor here.
Of course, the draft's going to be a big factor, but at some point in time, it's all going to come down to tire wear and who's going to save their tires the best. Um, even if you have a really good draft, if you've killed your tires and you can't get back to the gas coming off the corner, you're going to be in trouble going down that straightaway because getting back to the gas just a couple tenths of a second earlier is what it's all about. And then we'll just have to, like I say, see with fall off and everything else as the night goes on where we stand.
Yes, yes. Well, as I always do, we're gonna have to take a look here at chat. I'm very chat oriented too, Bryce. So I'll be talking to chat here throughout the race. But I want to see who we got watching here tonight. It looks like Wesley Hawley, Lee Rigney, Brennan Kennedy, Pierce M, Diddy H88 out there in chat. Scott Hibbs, Drive for Diabetes Awareness. Check, don't guess out there in chat. Jake out there, Lee Rigney. If I'm missing anybody, Rockstar Driver, Smoking Raven, Trenton Branson, Cody Kepner, Ryan Douglas. Looks like Alan Elwood joining the festivities here. Jake, Dennis Ansman. So we got 52 concurrently watching out there. We got 8 likes. Thank you, everybody, for supporting us here this evening for MaxSpeedTV at Extreme Motorsports and 99.com. Man, I'm ready to get this show on the road, Bryce. They got the drivers meeting. They go through certain rules, certain regulations, things. You've been a part of it. You kind of have a really good insight on what they do.
Yeah, I mean, they've all Extreme has a really good show that they put on, and like I say, with all the people out there, they've got a lot of fans. That was one of the cool things about racing with Extreme Motorsports was having all the fans out there that do watch the broadcast. Having 50, 75 people out there that are actually involved is kind of cool. Back a few years ago when I ran a league, we had a lot of people who tuned into the broadcast, but they were not near as interactive as these extreme folks over here on chat. So that's really nice to see.
Oh yeah, for sure. Very chat oriented. Smoking Raven out there. Pineapple goes on pizza. Pineapple pizza. All right. Well, Brad Slaughter is going to grab the pole officially as like I said, the drivers meeting here. Jake Bustos, you raced with him. He's going to be outside pole. Eli Green going to be third. Lee Staples fourth, and Brian Wasserman, of course, going to round out the top five. We'll of course go through the grid here, but coming down to about 6 minutes, it's really all about getting prepared. These guys getting settled in. We just had NASCAR open back up yesterday at Darlington. I don't really watch NASCAR. I did watch actually yesterday because, well, ain't nothing else on, so why not watch NASCAR? And pretty good race for coming back after the hiatus that they had and everybody had. So it was nice to see the NASCAR drivers out there racing it up. Of course, got to give a shout out here to our admins here tonight, as I always do. John Sterling and Jake Clarkson will be in the admin towers, as well as Curtis Balmer. And, of course, Rick Donathan is in TeamSpeak here tonight. So, Bryce, he's here.
Yeah, good old Rick made it out tonight. Hopefully they'll come up and call some of this race with us. It'd be fun to have Rick up here with us. Yeah, I was excited to see NASCAR get started back yesterday for sure. That was a big one for me. I was really rooting on those Hendrick cars, and had two of them in the top five, and two of them that had top five speed. So we had a good day yesterday, and really enjoyed the NASCAR racing again.
Oh yeah, it was really awesome to see them back out there on the track. Now it looks like the drivers meeting is going to be over with, so we are going to be able to get our pole sitter up here to interview him as we always do. Brad Slaughter, buddy, got a copy?
10-4, what's going on, guys?
Well, you're up front grabbing the pole, and as I mentioned to Bryce here early, you're one of the guys to watch. Yeah, I mean, and you're showing it out there, man. How's the track feeling? How's the temp? Is it slick? Is it loose? Is it tight? Or what you gonna have to do here tonight, bud?
Yeah, the track temp's up just a little bit. It actually made the track a little tight. Looks like it's actually starting to drop down now some. I just checked there. It's down to 105. So hopefully the track it'll get a little bit more grippy. It's been pretty tight in the practice from what I could tell, just based off the other sessions that we'd run. But it should be a good race. Looks like Jake's pretty fast tonight. Eli is always fast. And just got to watch some guys. There's some more guys that are starting a little deeper in the field. They'll make their way up to the front, but it should be a pretty good show tonight.
So, Brad, you're going to be out there tonight. Just kind of curious what your thoughts are. Is this going to be a fuel mileage race, or is this going to be a tires race?
I hope it's a fuel mileage race. The tires, I mean, they don't seem, the track's tight overall. So, I mean, the tires, when they fall off, it tightens up a little bit, but it's manageable, I'd say. Hopefully we get to run enough green flag laps and we can get to do some green flag pit stops and stuff like that. I just worry that we might not get that chance. The track it is a little bit of a probably the hardest track we've driven this season in this series, just setup wise and the way the track is right now, weather wise. So it'll probably be a challenging race, but it should put on a good show.
All right,
Yeah,
Brad. Yeah, go ahead, Brad.
Go ahead. No, I was just gonna say, who's your number one person you're looking out for tonight, Brad? You're there on the pole. Who's gonna knock you off?
Normally I'd say I've been saying Eli. I've been he tells me I've been putting the jinx on him the last couple of weeks, but it looks like Bustos has got it together tonight, so I'm gonna have to keep an eye on him.
All righty, Brad. We're going to let you get back to it. Down to your team, man. Good luck here tonight. Going to start on pole here this evening, bud.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
All right. Well, go ahead and chime in. Well, we got about 3 minutes. Let's see here if we're going to go back here toward the field. I like doing pole and then kind of the mid-pack here. So how about we go with Jeremy Rigney, if I can find him. He's going to be one of those drivers that's going to be hard to find. There he is. Jeremy Rigney, buddy, got a copy?
I'm here.
Well, Jeremy, up here in the booth, man, with myself, Joshua Medlock, and L. Bryce Whitson Jr. going to start 19th here tonight in that number 11. just not able to put in a good time, or what happened there?
Yeah, I was running 6th or 8th in practice, and I don't know what happened to this Seared Rigney Racing Chevy here in qualifying, but I'll get back up there.
All righty. Well, I'm not going to keep you. Bryce, got anything for Jeremy Rigney?
I'm just gonna ask you this, Jeremy. What's gonna be your number one adversary going through the field there? What are you most worried about trying to get up to the front?
Uh, just usually staying out of traffic and keeping bad things from happening to me. It's a long race.
That is for sure. It is a long race tonight, man. Good luck. Just remember patience, and to finish first, you must first finish.
Yeah, I read your story on HendrickMotorsports.com, Bryce. It's pretty cool.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah, we'll get to
I
that here.
appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll get to that here in just a little bit, Jeremy. You kind of spilled the beans there, bud.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that.
It's all right,
Spotlight.
man. It's all right. Well, good luck tonight. So, man, we'll see you down there on the track.
All right.
Uh-huh. Oh, man, these guys, yeah, I don't tell anybody what I got planned, so, but,
Oh, it happens.
yeah, but we'll get to that here in a little bit. Well, about a minute left to go, Bryce. Well, we got a pick, man. Who do you got picked here tonight to maybe bring this thing home into victory lane, buddy?
Well, I'm gonna have to pick Jake Bustos. I mean, just because it's somebody that I know here. Jake was always really good back when we were racing together. He had a good job. He was always pretty fast. So I'm gonna pick Jake.
All right. Well, I have made my pick as well. I am going back toward the field here. Going to be starting 23rd, Mr. Edward Bray here tonight. So I kind of I go off limbs here. I pick different drivers every week. So, but I'm going to be picking Edward Bray here tonight to bring it home into victory lane. It's kind of like a super speedway, Bryce. Really anybody can win it.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Anybody can win tonight. Again, it's just going to be making the right call at the right time and not putting yourself in a bad position before the end of the race.
Yes, it is. All right. Well, we've got Jake Bustos in chat saying, dang, Bryce, thanks for the pressure.
Hey, buddy, we used to race together quite a bit, and that's just the way it is.
All right. Well, it's grid time here tonight on MaxSpeedTV. Brad Slaughter Jr. going to grab the pole with a 39.857. Congratulations to Brad for getting the pole. Jake Bustos going to start on the outside of him in second. Eli Green third. Lee Staples fourth. Brian Wasserman in fifth. Rick Christensen sixth. Cal Knapp seventh. Ryan Branchaw, in eighth. Randy Kruger 9th, and James Shanewoolf going to be 10th. Bryce, you want to go 11th through 20th?
Yeah, so in the 11th spot, we got the number 42 of Pierce Moffitt. On the outside of him, we've got the 92 of Chris Canfield. Running out 13th will be the 31 of Rodrigo Loga.
Yep.
14th is James Thorndike. 15th is the 05 of Eric Talent. 16th is the number 9 of Ryan Swan. 17th is Cody Kepner in that number 78 machine. 18th is Ron Shute in the 28. 19th is Jeremy Rigney, who we talked to just a little bit earlier. And running out the top 20 is the number 13 of Ryan Douglas.
All right, Matt Alverson going to be starting 21st. Carter Coop, 22nd. Edward Bray, 23rd. Kristen Diaz, 24th. Orlando Rivera, 25th. Jeff Glockner, 26th. Russell LePage, 27th. Edward Morris Sr., 28th. Tyler Raw, 29th, and Patrick Moore, 30th. Bryce, finish them out here tonight, buddy.
Yeah, we got the number 43 of Sean Corcoran in 31st. We got Nolan Neiman in the number 15, starting 32nd. Doug Blackman in that number 25 machine, starting 33rd. Brendan L. Book running mild number 99, starting 34th. Donnie Lee in the 88, starting 35th. Kevin Franks in the 98, starting 36th, and Rick Donovan Sr. rounding out the field in that number 8 car, starting 37th.
Okay, well, that is the qualifiers. We've got Keith Haney, 38th, Brian Abbott, 39th, Justin Lipke, 40th, James Haney, 41st, Fernando Gamboa, 42nd, and Ryan Wilson will do the non-qualifiers here this evening. So, 43 drivers out there on the track here tonight. And Brad Slaughter Jr. going to be the one getting them going here He has chosen the inside line, and the leader does get lane choice. So, just like NASCAR, but on the backstretch here at Michigan tonight, I think Bryce is in for a treat. Don't think he knows how I get things going here, but he's going to find out really, really quick here this evening. All right. Making our way into turns 3 and 4. Brad Slaughter having some OBS connective issues there again, but we'll go ahead and roll it here. I'm sure it will clear up, but right now it's just doing its thing. Brad Slaughter on the inside. Pace car will make its dive off to the safety of pit road. He is on the loud pedal. Here we go. Boogity, 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 folks. We're racing here at Michigan.
Oh, yeah. Looks like Brad Slaughter got a great start there. Really pulled out about 3 or 4 lengths, so it's going to be a great race.
Yes, it will. He is already up. Let's see here. I'm waiting for ATVO to kind of reset itself here, but Eli Green got him sitting in third, but there we go. It's resetting here. Eli Green in second. Jake Bustos back to third. Brad Slaughter Jr. going to lead the first lap here tonight, Bryce.
Yeah, buddy. Brad's got that thing going. He's got about almost a second lead on the second place Eli Green. So, really good race so far.
All right, lap 2. Back here where they're kind of double foul. Ryan Bradshaw. Ooh, get a little squirrely there. James Shane Wolf. 16 of Ryan Bradshaw there. We got a little squirrely. James Shane Wolf. Now Pierce Maffitt. You said Moffitt, but it's pronounced Maffitt. Or, I don't know. Now I'm confused. I think I've just confused myself. Anyway, the number 42 machine there to the inside of the 33 of Randy Kruder. And the 31 of Rodrigo Loga doing some blinking out there, Bryce. It's kind of what we have to deal with here on iRacing, is the blinking, but that's just part of the internet.
Oh, yeah, one of the keys with iRacing, they talk about one of the things to have is getting that latency down and having a nice stable connection can make a big difference between...
We're wrecking old Randy Kruder was into the wall, and he comes down. And he is involved in a wreck here. I don't know if that's where this caution is going to come out. It looked like we had 2 wrecks there happen simultaneously. But we'll go ahead and get on Randy Kruder and try to figure out what happened to Randy Kruder. In the number 33, Bryce, currently now back in 38. But on the MaxSpeedTV replay, he is to the outside of that MaxSpeedTV 42 coming out of turn number 2. Oh, right there into the wall. Just grabs him. And it looked like we had another driver back there as well. The 33 comes down right in front of the 9. The little wreck here. And I believe there was a wreck back there. See Ryan Swan. And then Jeremy Rigney back here as well involved in a wreck. Looks like some contact.
Looks like a lot of people thought they had just a little more room than there was coming off of turn 2 there. Got him up in the wall, and unfortunately, one of the issues on iRacing sometimes is these sticky walls. And when you finally get pulled off of them, it pulls you across the track. And unfortunately, in this case, it pulled him in front of a couple other drivers.
Oh, that was a hard lick for Jeremy Rigney there, hitting that inside a wall. I mean, they're doing what? I mean, these cars can go what? At least 180, 185.
Yeah, I mean they're doing a pretty good clip when they get down there into the corner. So coming up off the corner, not quite as fast, but we'll just have to see what goes on here as this race continues.
All right, lap 5 here. Man, these guys, the first caution of the evening. Now, this is the beginner series, folks. So, there are a lot of new drivers here, and they've only been racing with each other, this season. So, everybody's still getting used to the way everybody races, but looks like things happening in chat, talking about the wreck there. But Bryce, I think once they can get some heat built up in these tires, really 4 or 5 laps is not enough time to get that heat built up.
No, not at all. If you try to push too hard too quick, you're just going to do exactly what happened there. Is you're just going to run into the wall coming out of the corner. So definitely they need to, these guys need to think about that a little bit and take it a little slower here at the beginning, and we'll get it figured out and get everything going here shortly, I'm sure.
Let's talk about the aerodynamics here early on. I know you've got a background, from what I've been reading, in aerodynamics.
I do. I went to Purdue University and studied aerodynamics. That is my background. Graduated in 2004 with a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering focusing on aero. Then, like I say, worked for the Navy for 11 years, and then I got lucky and got the opportunity to come work for Hendrick Motorsports in May of 2016 as an aerodynamics engineer. So really cool for me to get to do that. Kind of a dream job for me to work in NASCAR and work for one of the teams. So, kind of one of those things that once in a lifetime opportunity and you just can't pass it up, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yes, for everybody that don't know, Bryce does work for Hendricks. Doing some engineering for the aeros and stuff like that, the aerodynamics and stuff. So I think if you want to know more about aerodynamics and, on bigger tracks, I think Bryce would be the guy to go to.
It's a little different today. The cars are really controlled. NASCAR does a good job with the rules in order to keep everybody in check, and so we just have to find all those little gray areas and exploit them all we can.
Yes, we do. Everything has to come together. It's not just you, Bryce, but I'm sure there is a team out there that works with you. You work with them, and then everything is coming together. iRacing, brings kind of a different feel to it. I mean, you still have to worry about aerodynamics. You still have to worry about tires. You still have to worry about taking care of your car. But you don't have to worry about messing up $1 million machine and getting it fixed.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. And it is kind of interesting, comparing iRacing with the real racing world. iRacing is different in its own ways. It's the same in its own ways. But general concepts, the draft and stuff work really well in iRacing. So I'm glad to see it get the recognition it's gotten the last few weeks with the iRacing eNASCAR series. But at the same time, I'm glad to be back real racing again, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, we are going to be coming back racing here at Michigan, coming to lap 8 here tonight, Bryce. And we're on the back stretch here. And, of course, Brad Slaughter still up front. It looks like the top 25 did not elect to come down pit road. They didn't really run off enough tire or fuel to really, I would say, come down pit road. We did have some takers come down, but Bryce, I'm going to let you get them going here, coming to lap number 8 this time, my buddy. So, mic's yours, man.
You're putting a lot of faith in me, bud. You're putting a lot of faith in me.
But just get them going the way you get them going. There.
They're coming out of turn 3 here, getting ready to go. Just waiting on them to decide to smash that gas here at Extreme Motorsports. You can go as soon as the pace car's off the track. So we're going to watch here, and Brad's bringing him down kind of slow. I like to see that. There he goes. He got a nice jump on the number 10 of Eli Green. Everybody's kind of staying in line like they're supposed to here. Brad's going to end up getting him a really, really good, almost a second lead here, over a second lead going down into turn number 1. So the 74 of Jake Bustos there on the inside of the 10 of Eli Green. Eli's going to pull out on him coming down this backstretch, and there we go. We're off racing.
Yes, we are out of the backstretch here, and this is where we can see these guys go 3 wide here. You can't go 3 wide before the exit of turn 2. But coming out of turn 2, on the backstretch, once you come out of that corner, it's all fair game. We got a battle back here. James Shanewolf, Ryan Bradshaw going to go side by side. Got to talk about that apron there here too at Michigan on the front stretch, Bryce. That is part of the track. That is a legal part of the track below that white line there. You can go down there.
Yeah, you can. I mean, sometimes you can get some speed down on the apron. Sometimes you can. It really depends on how well the car handles that transition. And at times it might be faster, but it might also be risky because that transition's really harsh. So you got to kind of make your decision on what you're going to do and go from there.
Yep, I've raced here at Michigan a lot. Battle back here, Ryan Bradshaw again now to the inside of Rodrigo Loga in the 31. Now across the stripe, it looked like Rodrigo is going to have it fair at the line. Got a battle back here, Jeff Glockner. Ooh, Jeff Glockner in the number 24 is in some traffic here. Nolan Neiman right now up ahead of him, going to make the pass. Here comes Tyler Raw, Russell LePage. This is where that aerodynamics and that draft is going to play a big factor. Being grouped up like this, the way these drivers are, definitely going to get that draft off the driver in front of you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Right now, I'm going to say they're getting a draft all the way through the field for the most part. It'll just be, waiting out a few more laps and seeing what happens and seeing if anybody's able to break that draft and really pull away.
Yep. I'm watching Patrick Moore in the 38 to the inside of the 59 of James Thorndike. Cross in through the tri-oval here. Down into turn number 1. Looks like Doug Blackman now on the outside of that number 12 of Kyle Knapp. Kyle Knapp going to make the pass. And been down here now a couple of laps, at about 6 laps or so. About 3 laps or so, I should say. A couple of laps pacing. But might have a potential battle back up front for the lead here. Brad Slaughter Jr. and Eli Green. Eli's kind of closed the gap there between him and Brad.
I'm having a little iRacing issue here, Josh.
Uh-oh.
I'll be right back.
All right, well, we'll get it going here. Brian Wasserman in the Dulsaki 77. Right there where he started in 5th, but he's got company James Shanewolf. Now to the inside, James starting 10th, up to 6th, trying to get that fifth position here. Going into turn number 3. We'll have to talk about the preferred line here. I think that preferred line is going to be probably really at that yellow to mid line. And of course, coming out of the corner, you're going to swoop up really next to the wall. Looks like James kind of holding off. The number 77 of Wasserman has not completed it yet, but we'll do it now coming down into turn number 1. Jake Bustos in the 74 down to the inside of the Tana of Eli Green. We're going to have a battle for second here tonight. Battles pretty much throughout the field, I would say. Orlando Rivera, Edward Bray going to do battle. The number 4, Matt Alverson, right there with them. Lot of good battles back here. And still got a pack of cars at around Brendan L. Book. Ron Schutte would be the number 28. Rick Donovan Sr. in the mix here. Hey, he's going to make the pass there on the 9 of Ryan Swan. Chris Canfield, driver into the wall. Ron Schutte. And he somehow broke loose from the wall, but he lost several spots. You talk about that glue there. When that wall grabs the hold of you, it did the same thing to Ron Schutte here. He's fallen all the way back to 37. Right, well, he's got company. He has now Jeff Glockner coming up on. See, that is the 13 of Brian Douglas. Jeff Glockner, Tyler Raw. 12, Kyle Knapp to the inside of the 24. The 82 of Russell LePage. as well as the 59 of Thorndyke around 23rd. David Elliott out there in chat. Gary Wells. And to see y'all out there. Doug Blackman and company again. Got Brian Abbott in the 91. All right, battle up here. It looks like the 05. Well, it's the 0. See here. Eric Talent. Oh, we got a caution. Oh, Kevin Franks. No, what happened to Kevin? Let's go back here on the MaxSpeedTV replay and take a look. Waiting on Bryce, having some iRacing technical difficulties. We all run into that issue from time to time. We'll watch Kevin Franks here. And like he's okay coming out of the corner. They were dang near 3 wide ahead of him. Oh, the 8 looks like right there. Rick Donovan Sr. right up into the wall, comes down, and then the 98 right there with him. Oh, meets him right in the middle. Oh, contact, hard contact between Rick Donovan Sr. and Kevin Franks. And, boy, that new damage model here in the ARCA cars, boy, it just shows how significant it can be. But Eli Green, our leader, going to be bringing them down pit road for the first time here this evening.
All right, it looks like I got things back under control here. Sorry about that, folks. Like he said, every once in a while, everybody has some iRacing issues. So, one I hadn't had before. So.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
But
I'm sure we all will have issues and issues we don't have, and through our iRacing careers for sure. Well,
so
all right.
So it looks like Ryan Douglas and James Thorndyke are our first two tire guys. And then back past that, possibly James Thorndyke as well. So a couple of guys trying 2 tires to get some track position. I don't know how well that'll work out for them, but we'll definitely have to keep an eye on Douglas and Thorndyke to see how those 2 tires work.
Douglas, let's see, Ryan Douglas, let me find him here, back here at around 20th right now. A possibility of a 2-tire stop, might be a 4. I don't know, it's going to be close. But yeah, 2 tires. What do you do, Bryce, this early? Do you just go ahead and chance it and see what happens, or go ahead and take 4?
It all depends on what you've tried. If you've tried 2 tires before and it's gone well, then great. If you haven't tried 2 tires and then I wouldn't suggest trying it in the race for the first time. That's been one of my things from the very beginning of practice is I like to try a few 2-tire strategies during practice on various sets of lap old tires, so I just kind of know what's going on and I know what to expect when we go back green.
Yes. All right, well, let's go and get another interview in, our first interview of the evening here tonight during cautions, and we're going to go ahead and let Bryce do this one because he picked him. Bryce, Jake Bustos up here in the booth, man. Go ahead.
Jake, Bryce Whitson, how you doing, sir?
Bryce, buddy, good to hear you. I'm not doing too bad. How you doing?
Oh, everything's going pretty well. I was kind of excited when I saw that you were out here running with Extreme Motorsports. Currently you're sitting up there in second. Do you think you have anything for Eli Green?
Oh, I don't know. Eli and Brad, we've been running some practices this week, kind of been around each other on the lap time. So it's just going to come down to how we maintain our vehicles throughout the day and how we hold those tires up for that final run.
Yeah. So what's your strategy tonight? Are you planning on a fuel mileage race or are you planning on a tire race?
I'd like to see a fuel mileage race, get a little of that strategy going into it, but I think it's going to come down to tires and then just where you're lining up on this last restart. It's can get a little skitty on the bottom, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm looking forward to it. They're putting on a good show here, the Doug Design Series, so it's nice to be out here.
So what I'm hearing from you then is that if you have your choice right here, you'd rather be on the outside than the inside, huh?
I would very much like to be on the outside. Yeah, I feel like you can kind of control it a little bit better coming off of 1 and 2 and have that run going into 3 and 4.
Well, there you go. Eli Green gave you your wish, man. Now just don't let him snooker you on this start.
Hey, I appreciate it, brother. We're having a fun time out here.
All right. Good luck down there, Jake.
Hey, thank you. Take care, Bryce.
Good luck, Jake.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate you.
All right. Well, that's going to be Jake Bustos blinking out there. Come on, Jake. Can't be having any of that here tonight.
That's for sure.
All right. Well, we are going to be, man, I was wanting to get Doug. I'll get Doug Blackman up here sometime throughout the race. I was going to try to get him up here before we went live because we're going to have a break coming up here. And, of course, I'd love to get the sponsors up here in the booth. But we'll get Doug up here sometime throughout the race, if not after the race. But we'll make sure we get Doug up here to give the fans, some insight on, yet again what he does. But, we're going to be coming back green flag here. Coming to lap number 21 here this evening. Eli Green onto the inside has chosen that. That pace car will dive off. Now, once all 4 tires are below the white line, Eli can go. And that pace car is off. Eli has jumped it, and he is gone. Here we go, folks. Back underway here tonight for the Extreme Motorsports and 99.com Doug Design ARCA Series. Round number 4.
Oh, yeah, man. It looks like Eli got him a good jump there at the beginning. Looks like he's pulled out to about a half a second lead there on Jake Bustos. We got some 3 wide behind there. Oh, the 26 and the 83 getting close to each other. Ooh, belly. It looks like Lee Staples is going to win that out over James Shane Wolf. And these 3 guys get together right here and draft. Don't try to screw with each other. They'll probably run Eli down pretty quick.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And we were looking at that 3 wide. They wasn't even out of turn 2 yet, and they were going 3 wide. That's kind of in the rule book there. Of course, we'll have to watch some of the stuff here tonight. I do have access to the sheets, but of course, caution 1 on lap 3. At fault the 11. 11 will receive the EOL. Lap number 16, the previous caution. At fault the number 8. Contact with the 98. The 8 will receive an EOL. Of course, I do have access to all of the, this is coming directly from the admin, so I'm not making any of this up, folks. So we do know what has happened, but 70 viewers out there watching here tonight. We got about 10 likes. I think we can hit that 50 like mark here tonight. 50 likes here this evening, folks, is the goal I'm shooting for, Brian. Still hard racing out here by these guys, but, Jake Bustos, he's not giving up. He's running down Eli Green. But battle back here, Brad Slaughter trying to make his way back up toward the front.
Yeah, to say Brad's been in a good 2-wide battle here with Brian Wasserman the last couple laps, and he's been on the inside. I think, like Jake was saying, that outside's got just a little more on it because you can stay in the gas just a little longer, carry that momentum up through the corner. So, see here, Brad kind of got out of it a little bit. I think he's hoping to get that run. Yep, he's going to get that run down here on the inside on Brian Wasserman again. It's just going to be whether or not that's enough to carry him through 1 and 2 as well. Oh, nope.
Oh,
there it is.
Made the pass.
Brad Slaughter did a little bit of a slide job there going into 1. Brian's going to get pulled along on the bottom there. He's going to hop in behind that 42 of Pierce Moffitt.
Yep, Pierce Moffitt moving up here. Started 11th. He's up to 6th in the MaxSpeedTV 42 machine. He's making moves, but, he's got company. Still Brian Wasserman. He's got Rick Christensen. It looks like Ryan Branshaw, Orlando Rivera coming up through. Now, Orlando Rivera, 2nd in the point standings, Bryce. Tied coming in 2 tonight with Eli Green. So, Orlando and Eli, if Orlando can get up to Eli, I don't think there's going to be much give and take. There may be more take than give later on in the race. Right now, we see Orlando, though, battling here with that number 16 of Ryan Bradshaw, but that's allowing their talent to also get up to them.
You know, I'm looking back up here in the front. You know, Jake Bustos has run down that 10 of Eli Green. Tell you what, man, just another couple laps. If Jake keeps this up, he's going to get in a position to be able to possibly pass him. You know, again, it's going to be right there. It is going into 1 and 2. You can see Jake just loses the nose of the car.
Yeah.
He's so close up there. He just loses the nose, and he's just not able to carry that speed that Eli Green is carrying. But he sucks right back up to him on the back stretch or on the front stretch. If Jake can find himself some clean air right here, he'll be good to go.
How important, Bryce? I mean, I know how important it is, but you know, elude the fans out there. How important is clean air here at a track like Michigan?
Well, I mean, you're carrying a lot of speed through the corner, so you need that air on the front of the car to keep it planted, to keep front tires planted, and be able to turn. So that's why you see right here, that's why you see Jake Bustos isn't really able to stay up there with Eli, is because he doesn't have the air on the front of the car. And so those front tires just lose grip, and he just pushes up towards the wall.
I'm watching the battle back here of Brian Bradshaw, the 16, the 05, now they're at Talent. These guys have been battling back here for the last couple of laps. That's allowed the 78 of Cody Kepner and Rodrigo Loga to kind of catch up to these drivers. Here comes the 4, Matt Alverson. This is running back here at around 10th through 14th. And right behind them, we've got Kyle Knapp in the 12 and Carter Coop in the 52. I love saying Carter's last name, Carter Coop. I love it.
Yeah, I tell you, Cody Kepner back here, and he's getting ready to make a really good pass on the 16 of Ryan Bradshaw. You know, he's been setting this thing up for a couple laps. Oh, no! Oh, he's going to use that car as a pick. Almost causes a wreck right there. Man, that got close.
We got a driver into the wall. Who was that? Into the wall. That was the 60. I thought it was the 66, but I could have been wrong. There was a driver into the wall there. Who was that?
I can tell you that Cody Kepner didn't make any friends right there, and you know, Ryan's going to remember that later on. I don't know if I would have been that aggressive at this point in the race. I probably would have just let Cody take you all 3 wide in there and wait and battle it out later. But bold move here with a lot of laps left in the race.
Ooh, almost 3 wide on the backstretch here. You haven't heard me yell 3 wide yet, but if we go 3 wide, you're definitely going to have to turn me down, Bryce, because I'll yell it, man. And when we go 4 wide, oh, man, I'm almost collapsing out of my chair. Trust me, the fans out there, they know it. I get excited, man. I love 3 wide action. But we're back here with Ryan Swan. He's in a little bit of company. Doug Blackman, Donnie Lee, Sean Corcoran, Edward Morris Sr., another one of the drivers that you know. Justin Lemke, you know, they're kind of bunched up back here together at around the 24th position. A couple of battles going on. Brendan Elbook. We're going to go 3 wide here. No, we're not. Or are we? Boy, that 99 sticking his nose in there like he wants to go 3 wide with that 88 of Donnie Lee. Oh, man. I think we're going to see, if we're going to see some 3 wide, I think it's going to happen right around this area, the way these drivers are bunched up together.
Yeah, you know, I'm kind of watching the same area with you, and, you know, that 99, he seems to have a pretty good line. He's able to pull up right there on Doug Blackman coming off the corner. That was a really strong move. You know, he's just kind of stalling out. I think he's being careful. I think he's taking his time getting around Doug. You can see him. He kind of backs off there intentionally, I think, versus running it in there on him. So, yeah, here he goes. The 99's going to use that little bit that he backed up that corner to get the run down on the bottom on Doug Blackman. I have a feeling he's going to pass him here in 1 and 2 and do a slide job to get up in front of him.
Yeah, we're going to slide job. Now, these cars, they will slide. If you let them, they will slide up the track. We're going to watch Brandon Elbook here. I see some more battles up front here, right up ahead of him. He is going to slide up there in front of the 25. Not the slide job you would think would happen, but he did manage to get it up there We go up here to, I believe that was Eric Talent. Yeah, Eric Talent's going to lose a position there to the 31 of Rodrigo Loga. Kyle Knapp coming. Oh, we got a couple of battles here now between the 08 Orlando Rivera, Rodrigo Loga, Eric Talent, and Kyle Knapp. So we kind of got a four-packer right here together. Throw a blanket over these drivers. I think we might see a 3-wide here. No, Eric Talent. Okay, so we're not going to go 3-wide yet again. Wow.
I tell you what, Ryan Branshaw right there back in turn 1 and 2 showed his displeasure with Cody Kepner. He darn near got in the left rear quarter panel, and you know, especially at a track like this where it's so aerodynamic dependent, getting in that left rear quarter panel will really cause some issues. Yeah, Cody knows that Ryan's not happy. He just pulled over and let him go. That was a smart move by Cody there.
Yeah, Cody Kepner playing it smart out here. Not gonna do anything, but boy, look at it though. You know, we know tempers flare on short tracks, Bryce. They can flare on, speedways like Michigan, Auto Club, Daytona, Dega. They can flare up as well.
Oh yeah, the tempers can flare anywhere. I mean, really it's really when it comes down to it, these things are very much what's the word I want to use? You're so focused and you're pushing so hard for all these that it can make it difficult for you to keep your head underneath you. So
yeah. I think I would rather broadcast than race. I don't have to worry about the tempers.
There's some truth to that too sometimes.
I'm just keeping it real. But Eli Green, he's been up front about 19 laps. Looks like he will lead his 20th lap here coming to the stripe. Jake Bustos, of course, still keeping the pressure on that number 10. Right there in second. Brad Slaughter Jr. in third. Back up into third already. Lee Staples fourth. James Shanewoolf in fifth. And I want to give a shout out to these VRA guys. We are going to get a closer look here. They did a paint here for our frontline workers and our military here for the race here tonight. Of course, Memorial Day coming up. Now, I want to give a shout out to them for that. Of course, that hits me right at home. So, give a shout out to whoever painted that. Awesome job. Thank you guys so much. But, the paints don't make you fast, Bryce. But you can thank it.
Yeah, but they sure do look good out there.
Oh,
I mean,
they do.
Anytime that you can put a good-looking race car on the racetrack, that's what matters to me. I like to see good-looking cars. I like to see cars that are doing something different. Cars that are looking at a good group behind them, or a charity organization or something like that. I have a charity organization that I feel really strong about myself. That's BeTheMatch.org. Be the Match is the National Bone Marrow Donor Registry for the United States. For people like myself who have blood malignancies, Be the Match is who allows us to have bone marrow transplants, which can potentially cure our disease. So I would really like to encourage everybody out there listening to go out to join.bethematch.org and sign up for the registry. It's quick, it's easy. You just go out there, take a couple swabs with your cheeks, and send them in, and that's it. So definitely, I'd appreciate if people would go out and check that out, because it's quick, it's easy, and you just might save somebody's life.
Yes. And, Bryce, I wasn't going to mention that. Well, before we get to that, please, folks, keep it clean in chat. I do got moderators that are out there. They are paying attention. Do not bash the drivers. Do not bash the fans out there in chat. Do not bash the league. Do not bash us. My moderators will be paying attention, but as I've been watching it here, Brad Slaughter, of course, made the pass on Jake Bustos and Eli Green. Brad Slaughter going to go back up to the top, Bryce. Up front. So Brad, well, he hasn't completed it. Boy, look at Eli Green there side by side with him.
Oh yeah, man. These guys aren't giving up whatsoever. They got a heck of a battle going. Oh, we got one in the wall there.
Oh, one into the wall. Who is that? Oh, Jake Bustos, the 74. He's going to lose some positions and go back to 5th.
Yeah, he got squeezed up there by the 10 of Eli Green. We're lucky that did cause a caution. But, you know, the damage that probably caused on Bustos' car is going to make it difficult for him to get up there again. Hopefully it's nothing too major and they can actually fix it under caution.
Oh, right. Yeah, lucky it didn't cause a caution, but Brad Slaughter is back up front. We still got some battles. Eric Talent down to the inside of the 12, but that 12 of Kyle Knapp, you know, I've watched Kyle Knapp for the past 4 weeks, Bryce. I think Kyle knows how to save some tires. I've been watching him, been learning a little bit, and, you know, he's making some moves back up toward the front, even though he started 7th. He's currently running 9th right now. He's slowly inching his way back up toward the front, as though he's side by side with Pierce Maffitt there in the number 42. And I think Pierce not going to fight him off too hard. Looks like he's just going to let Kyle go. So I think Kyle Knapp might be one of the drivers we will have to watch here this evening as well in that RB's Custom Rigs machine.
Yeah, you know, I'm looking at last lap speeds here. I mean, Kyle Knapp seems to be pretty quick. Another one here, James Thorndike was really quick last lap. You know, one of the biggest things you're going to run into, though, is that if you get a good draft off of somebody or anything else, those last lap speeds don't always tell the whole story. But, you know, just kind of got to keep an eye on everybody and see how they do. And, you know, Kyle Knapp might very well be able to get up there with everybody else. Just got to wait and see.
Yes. All right, 72 watching here tonight. Now, Bryce, I wasn't going to bring it up, buddy. These guys are still racing it up out here. You was talking about that the charity there. You've been dealing with some things in your personal life. Now, you can mention it or not. You already have, sort of, but you've been kind of dealing with some personal stuff, bud. But you know, now, you know, you're feeling okay, but still yet it's there, right? 3 wide here, folks. 3 wide on the front stretch. Bryce, we'll get to that in a minute. Gotta watch this 3 wide here with the 82. Ryan Branchon, the 16. All right, they got to figure it out here. So we're gonna go back to 2.
Well, I don't know about that. It looks like the 52's getting ready to stick his nose in there.
Yes, he is. Oh, Carter Coop. Oh, man. Oh.
Yeah, that 52 stuck his nose in there and took advantage. Carter Coop did, and took advantage of those guys. You know, that's what can happen though. When you start battling and everything, you end up leaving yourself wide open to get past.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna go 3 wide again here as well with Brendan L. Book. Well, no, a little bit of blocking may be going on. Now the 52 gonna drop it in front of the 99. 45 laps of the 90 here tonight. Things are getting a little bit wild out there, a little bit extreme, as I like to call it, out there on the track.
Yeah, you know, these guys are really going for it, and you know, right here, I mean, you know, we got a whole pack right here of 5. They're just, whoo, oh boy, there we go. Oh boy, man, that got close going into that corner. That's just, you know, at this time of the race, I mean, you know, we're only halfway through the race. You know, it's not quite time to be pushing like that yet. At least not in my opinion.
Yeah, I can feel it. Well, it looks like Pierce coming down pit road in the number 42. We are, of course, folks, within that pit window here of 28 to 35 laps here at Michigan. So, pit road is open. They can come down. The Nosaki 77 to the inside of the 74. They've only been out here, like I said, about 28 laps. Tires, though, are going to be playing a factor here, you know, even on 28 laps. Next question is, who is going to come down pit road and make their pit stop here? They cannot make it to the end, but they can for sure get some track position, Bryce.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. They can get some track position coming down pit road. Just kind of depends on what happens in these next few laps. If we can get a caution here before they run out of fuel. Looks like we're about 30 laps into this run for most of the guys. So we'll just have to see what happens here in the next 15 laps. There it is.
Oh, we got a caution. Oh, it looks like it's Brian Abbott as well as, Carter Coop. Oh, man, there's the caution. That halfway mark here tonight, folks. So, the tire wear and, of course, pit strategy, everything coming together here in that pit window. But we're going to take a look here. We're going to be on Carter Coop here, the number 52. And kind of see what transpired down here on the track here tonight for the second caution of the evening. But, man, they've been having some pretty good racing out here tonight for sure. It looks like contact there. Looks like the 91 might have got a run there. That's going to be Brian Abbott. Let's take a look here, get a real close view here of Brian Abbott. Brian Abbott comes up, gets a run, but doesn't get down to the left side far enough and clips. I talk about the bumper hook, Bryce. That's that bumper hook. And hooking the number 52. That's where the caution's going to fly, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what happened. I've had that happen to me many times. I mean, it looks like the 58 came up off that corner, thought he was not quite going to make the corner, so he let off the gas, and Brian Abbott thought he had him cleared and just barely not. So, unfortunately, that's what happens.
Conrad Sampson out there in chat. Well, I do accept your apology there, bud, but he can't be doing that. So, please, he must stop before we take other drastic measures. But the leaders, hey, they're on pit road, Bryce. This is going to kind of change things.
Well, I mean, we've still got almost 42 laps. We'll probably have about 38, 39 laps to go whenever we go back green. I think it's a no-brainer. You got to take 4 here. I think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, no-brainer. I think everybody took at least 4. Anywhere between 14 to 18 and a half seconds. So I want to say everybody would take 4 here. All right, let's see if we can get our sponsor up here. Got to get the sponsor. Gotta see if I can find him. There he is. All right, Doug Blackman, buddy, got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, I didn't get a chance to get you down here before, but we're going to go ahead and get you up here now. But running out there, you currently 22nd, started 33rd, so not a bad run out there here tonight. But we still got a ways to go here at this big 2-mile track of Michigan, buddy. So, man, what's happening? You've been under fire here tonight. You've been throughout battles throughout the whole race.
Listen, I don't know what's going on back here, but it's been some tight racing for sure. I know had an issue on that first restart. They checked up, and I was trying to avoid everybody. I know I took it 3 wide on everybody. A couple of cars gave the spots back, but yeah, it's been crazy back here. I'd move up some spots and I'd lose all my spots.
Well, you're still running strong. Okay, now you're 21st as it updates there, so it looks like you're going to be gaining some positions here under caution. But, man, how's the track feeling out there? How's the tire wear here tonight? A warm track temp. It looks like it's cooled off there, so talk about it.
I'll be honest, I'm struggling here. I don't know what's going on. It feels like I got a lot of play in the wheel, like I got a steering box that's I feel like I'm driving an old 57 truck that had never been serviced. So I'm having a lot of problems in the corners here trying to make confident passes and whatnot. But other than that, I'm having a good time. It's a good race. Also, we didn't get a chance to pick who would win a plate tonight. So if you want to pick a lap and a position, and announce that and let them know that that'll be the next driver that can win one of them custom plates that I've been making folks here during the races.
All right. So since Doug's up here, we're going to go ahead and do it. Bryce, you're the witness. Lap 75, and we're going to go with position. What position? Bryce, you pick the position.
16th.
All right, position 16 on lap 75. We'll win another custom plate out here tonight from Doug Blackman and Doug Designs. Doug, man, good luck down there. It looks like y'all getting double file ready to go back green flag, man. Appreciate what all you do out here, buddy. But you got some concentration level here tonight, so good luck.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Uh-huh. All right, Doug Blackman, the sponsor for the ARCA Series. Doug Design out there on track. Going to give away another one of those custom plates. And I picked the lap, and Bryce picked the position. So I think it's going to be a good race here, not only for the lead, but for that 16th spot.
Yeah, buddy. So 16th, that's my birthday. So 16th of the month. So figured that's as good of a spot as any, and it's right there. You know, gives those guys something to race for around lap 75.
All right. Well, oh, man, this is going to be interesting. Well, coming into 3 and 4. Bryce, I'm going to let you get him going here, buddy. Go ahead.
Well, we're just waiting on Brad to take him out. And Brad, just like before, he's going to go early and try to get that jump. He's going to get himself a nice, half second or so. Oh, almost a full second, it looks like, on Lee Staples there. James Shanewolf is going to charge on the outside, get up in front of Lee. So, definitely Brad's got these restarts figured out for the night. And that's what's going to become really important come later on.
Oh, yeah, the restart's definitely going to be a big key here tonight. But, folks, you know what happens here on MaxSpeedTV? Well, with me, anyway. Got to go the halfway mark. But how about we crank it up here tonight on MaxSpeedTV, folks? Crank it up. there on Crank It Up. We're green flag here tonight. James Shane Wolf, our new leader here, of course, under the Crank It Up cam there. Boy, James wasted no time, of course, to get up front. We see Lee Staples there in second, Rick Christensen third, Cal Knapp fourth. But Cal Knapp in company with Brian Wasserman, James Thorndike, Rodrigo Loga, as well as Eli Green, Bryce. So, you know, under the Crank It Up cam there, we've seen a mixture of pretty much everything. But, you know, of course, we didn't see it because we were cranked it up.
Well, yeah, you know, we're getting down to the point now, you know, we're on lap 63, so we got about 26, 27 laps to go. This is actually when these drivers need to start thinking about cranking it up and figuring out how they're going to get to the front versus where they are. And, you know, now it's go time. Now is when you start making those crazy 3-wide passes.
Oh, man, 3 wide passes. Oh, well, something happened to Brad Slaughter Jr. here. I'm looking at it. He's back here running in 37th place, 4 laps down. Let's take a look at chat here to see if we can figure out what happened. Looks like Cameron Hearn, Alan Elwood out there in chat. I'm not seeing it, but please, what happened to Brad Slaughter, our pole sitter? Started first, currently running back in 37th. James Shane Wolf up front here, but Lee Staples there running all over the back bumper of him. A little bit of a gap there between second and third, and then Kyle Knapp, James Thorndike, Brian Wasserman, Eli Green, Matt Alverson, Rodrigo Loga, and Tyler Raw going to round out the top 10, Bryce. So, it's still, you know, 3 wide, still potential. Some 2 wide, definitely a potential here. As we see the battle there, the 62 of Tyler Raw is going to keep that away from Edward Bray. But they're going to have to pit at least one more time, at least.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, and that's kind of what we knew, that, you know, they were probably going to have to pit it one more time. I did go back and look. It looks like, you know, we talked about earlier, you got to have a good connection to race iRacing. It looks like Brad actually lost his connection for a couple of laps back there on lap 59. And so, you know, this just goes to show that's why you need a good connection to race. So that's unfortunate for him. You know, he had a really fast car tonight, but again, it's all about equipment. You got to have good equipment if you're going to race up front.
Yep. Alan Elwood out there. Oh, Elwood out there telling me no more interviews out there because the Josh Kerr strikes again. But Lee Staples there going to take the lead to lead a second lap. He's already led a lap. Going to edge out James Shane Wolf. Well, Bryce, you know, the past 3 races that they've had 3 different winners. Could we see a potential 4th different winner here tonight in 4 races that they've had here for the Doug Design ARCA Series?
You know, that's very possible. You know, I don't know who our previous 3 winners are. Sorry, I haven't been following the series.
Well, let's see. I will get that for you, so go ahead.
But, you know, I mean, things happen. I mean, you know, especially like this. Brad almost had this thing in the bag, and he, you know, had the issues with his connection, and that can knock you out of the race real quick.
All right, we'll take a look here at our previous winners. Of course, James Shane Wolf winning Daytona, Brad Slaughter winning round 2 at Las Vegas, and then round 3 goes to Brad Wetzel, and of course round 4 here tonight. Oh man. You know, you can't count out Eli Green, you can't count out Lee Staples, you can't count out Sean Corcoran. Oh, we got people coming down pit road. Orlando Rivera down pit road here tonight. It looks like maybe to finish it out here, but lap 75, folks. We're going to be paying attention to that with about 4 to go. 5 to go, roughly. Is going to win.
Yeah, you know, this is
Go ahead.
this is going to be a question of whether you're going to be better off. Oh man,
Oh, this
that
is
just
going to
changed
change
everything.
it. Oh, Chris Canfield in the 92. Oh, no. Oh, taking a look here. What happened to Chris Canfield? This is the third caution, I do believe, here tonight. But we'll take a look at what happened to Chris Canfield. See what happened to the 92. The caution flies. Oh, we're really going to have to pay attention to lap 75 here. They'll have to finish lap 75, Bryce, before it happens. Oh, right there. Oh, the 35. Oh, who is in the 35? Let's see here. 35 is going to be Justin Lemke up against the wall. Comes down, gets it off the wall, but comes down, right into the 92. And we talk about that glue out there on the track. Boy, you see that left front tire there bent in, but the 92 on the racing surface. That is going to be Chris Canfield going to bring out the caution here this evening. He's not going to bring out the caution, but that's where the caution is going to fly here tonight. So, boy, this definitely changes things as everybody comes down pit road.
Yeah, and and right now this is going to be a no question stop. Everybody should be taking 4 tires here. We're about halfway through this final run, and what I was going to say before that was it was going to be a question of coming down a little earlier and trying to get some tires, or waiting until the last second and coming down with about 3 or 4 to go and getting a splash of gas. But yeah, this has kind of ruined all that strategy. It's out the window now. Looks like Lee Staples is going to pull it off pit road first there. He actually had a little bit of a slow stop. I'm surprised a couple of those guys didn't catch up with him. Matt Alverson down there, he must have given his crew the super juice beforehand, a 12.3 second stop for 4 tires. Man, that's a heck of a good stop down there for the number 4, Matt Alverson.
All right, well, yep, Matt Alverson. Let's get back here to Matt Alverson, currently running in 6th. With 20 to go here tonight, we'll go ahead and get another interview here in this evening. How about we go ahead and go with our leader here currently, Lee Staples, out here tonight, and I'll bring him up here. Lee Staples, buddy, Joshua Miller, Bryce Whitson Jr. up in the booth. Bryce, go ahead, buddy.
Well, Lee, you're got in the lead here near the end of the race. You think you can hold on to it?
Bryce, that's going to be a tough one, man. I got to have laps to get going. I don't have the short run speed. I don't know if 15 or 18 laps will be enough, but we'll give it all we got.
Well, man, you just got to make sure that you get a nice, good jump there at the beginning. We raced with each other for quite a few years back a few years ago, and hopefully, if nothing else, Gary and I taught you guys something about the restarts and how to get that good jump.
Yeah, you sure did, Bryce. I appreciate everything you taught me. It's finally coming to fruition a little bit tonight.
Oh yeah, man. So like they say, just stand on it here at the end, and you're gonna have about 18 laps to make it happen.
I'll give it everything I got. If it's either good enough or it's not. I'm not going to worry about it either way. It'll be a great finish either way, hopefully.
Alrighty, man. Well, you get down there, keep that connection between the wheel and pedals under control, and make it happen.
Thanks, Bryce. I appreciate it, man.
Lee, buddy, good luck down there. I know how you race, man. So, hey, bring it home in a victory lane here tonight. I know you can do it.
Thank you, Josh. I'm going to do my best, man.
All righty, buddy. All right, we're getting back down there to his team. So, you know Lee Staples.
Yeah, I raced with Lee a few years ago. I just didn't notice him there at the beginning, but yeah, I raced with him a few years ago in a couple different leagues. So, Lee's definitely definitely improved since back then, and that's what iRacing is all about, is about moving up and getting better, and it'd be good to see him get a win tonight.
Well, Bryce, we're gonna have to look here with 15 to go. And we're gonna have to look at lap 75, of course, with 15 to go. I've got it, under 20 to go on the tickers. So we'll have to look and see who is 16th place. Right now, it's gonna be, I believe. Well, I've got Jeff Glockner, but it's either between Jeff Glockner and Jake Bustos here. So I don't know exactly who is going to win this custom plat there, but
So now
we'll have to watch it.
So I have, for clarity, is the winner the first person to go from 75 to 76? The guy who's leading at the end of 75, or is it at the end of 74?
They have to complete lap 75 to come to 76.
All right.
Yes, they have to complete the lap.
All right.
If they're in lap 16 and they do not complete the lap, well, it's really whatever is in the ticker or in sim racing apps or whatever. What we have, we'll have the same thing. But get them going. Pace cars off.
Well, I'm back here watching Jake Bustos,
All right.
because I'm going to tell you what, we only got 2 laps before we're giving away that flag, man. So I think this race... Oh, no, there's a caution.
No! This is going to change that. What happened? I don't... Oh, Orlando Rivera involved, as well as, I believe that is the 35 of Justin Lemke. We'll see what happened here on the restart. This is going to change things for that plat, because this is going to end under caution for that plat. Oh,
yeah.
Right there. Oh, I think the 35 might have missed a shift. Justin Lemke shifting, and right there it was. Contact, the 35, the 08, and then the 1 right into the 08 of Orlando Rivera. So that right there is where that caution is going to fly. Of course, we'll have to wait here and see, who wins that plaque here tonight. Right now, I've got Jeff Glockner out there in that 16th place, Bryce. Is that who you have?
That's what I'm showing right now. We're going to see here in just a second when they cross that line, but I have a feeling that's who's going to get it.
Well, a caution on the restart. We got 76 watching out there here tonight. 19 like. I still think we can hit that 50 like mark here this evening. 50 likes here tonight. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in here this evening on MaxSpeedTV. Man, much appreciated, but we're going to keep an eye here out. I've still got Jeff Glockner.
Yeah,
so,
Jeff Glockner's who I've got, so, I think that's who's going to get it.
I believe you are correct. Well, of course, wait for the completion here. Now, they've already made their pit stop. We know they can make it from here. Do you pit?
From here? Who do I pick?
No. Do you pit?
Oh, do you pit? Heck
Do
no,
you?
man. They haven't even put any green flag laps on those tires yet. You don't need to pit.
Well, that is strategy,
Oh, it'd be strategy, all right, but I'm going to say it wouldn't be great.
It wouldn't be a great strategy. Okay, well, don't come down pit road. So, well, I think Jeff Glockner is going to be that 16th place here tonight. So, Jeff Glockner in the number 24 is going to be our winner here for that custom plate made by Doug Blackman and Doug Design. So, let me go ahead and pull real quick Doug back up here. Doug Blackman, buddy, got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, I'm pulling you up here because Jeff Glockner is going to be our winner here tonight for that plate. Unfortunately, under caution, but that's the way it is.
Hey, a win's a win.
All righty, buddy. Well, that is who got it here tonight. Just wanted to let you know.
Awesome. Appreciate it, man.
Uh-huh.
All right.
All right. Well, we got Doug up here. Let's go ahead and pull up. How about we pull up the 42 here? Pierce Moffett, buddy, you got a copy? Moffett, sorry.
Yes, I do.
Well, Pierce, man, you're currently running in 19th. You started 11th. What happened out there, man?
Well, after the first run, or whatever it was, the first green flag pit stops, we came in, and then like 2 laps later, a caution came out. So that had us stuck in 35th. So it's just going to be a recovery drive at this point.
Well, do you think you have something to get a top 10, maybe a top 5 out of the ordeal, or just maybe surviving here for the final 14 to go here this evening?
Yeah, top 10 is definitely plausible. That's pretty much my goal right now. Top 5 is a bit of a stretch. I don't think we'll be able to get all the way up there unless we have a caution.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Bryce, anything for Pierce here before we get ready to go? They're getting double foul, so make it quick, bud.
Oh man, just remember that right pedal there is the loud pedal. Slam that sucker down and make good as fast as you can.
I will.
All right, Pierce. Good luck, bud.
Thank you.
All right, we're getting back down there to his team there. What?
Yeah.
We go back
Pierce
up front. Go ahead, bud.
Pierce is gonna have a hard time doing that, buddy. He's way back there. We'll have to see what happens.
Oh yeah, well it's Michigan. It's basically a super speedway. Anything can happen here in Michigan.
This is true.
Coming to 12 to go here this evening. Looks like Lee Staples has chosen the inside line. The number 12 of Kyle Knapp on the outside. James Shanewolf in third. Rick Christensen in fourth. And James Thorndike going to round out the top 5. But 13 to go, coming to 12 to go. All bets are off. There's going to be here, there's going to be...
There's going to be plenty of bumping and rubbing.
It's going to get extreme here tonight, folks. Give and take, you can throw that out the window. Bryce, get him going.
All right, Lee, let's see what you got, buddy. He's bringing him down kind of slow. Oh, he's getting into the gas pretty easy there. I think he could have gotten into it a little bit harder, got a little better jump, but so far not bad. He's up to about a half a second lead on the 12 and the 83. Going down in turn 1 here. Come on, Lee, get her down there to the bottom, buddy. Get her down there to the bottom. So the 83 and the 12 of Kyle Knapp are going at it there for second place. Looks like the 12's got a little bit of pull down the back stretch. We'll have to see here what the 83 of James Shanewolf can do going down here into 3 and 4. He's been really quick, and he's going to do it. He dove it down into there to 3.
Yep, James Shanewolf going to take second place over Kyle Knapp, but Lee Staples going to lead this lap. Coming to 11 to go here tonight, folks. 11 laps remain. Well, this has been one heck of a race, but I think we got to watch here that Nosaki's machine. Oh, that Nosaki 77 down to the inside of the 10 of Eli Green. Eli into the wall, boy. And that's going to lose Eli back into 8th. Brian's going to complete the pass. He is going to be running up to Matt Alverson for 6th. Bryce, I think we're going to have a new winner here. I really do. I think
Tell
it's
you-
going to be 4 for 4.
Tell you what, man, Kyle Knapp up here, he's not giving up. He's
Yeah.
giving that number 83 of James Shane Wolf hell. You know, oh, God,
Oh,
that
contact.
was really close.
Oh.
That was really close.
Oh, slide job there. Oh, we got a caution. Well, we talk about how the cautions breed cautions, but it looks like Ryan Swan is going to be involved in this. Let's go back and take a look at what happened. This was back here toward about, this was around the 82. Now, of course, under 10 to go, I don't interview anybody, so...
Well, you know, I mean, the big thing is that, you know, if Lee Staples wants to win this thing, he's going to have to do exactly what he did those last couple times,
Yep.
those last couple restarts, and just
Oh.
get out there just a little bit more.
Well,
You know, he's got to take full advantage.
yeah, we'll take a look at the replay here. 3 wide, and then 2 wide, and then contact between the 9 and the 42. Might a little bit of hammy action there going on between these two. But that's going to send the 9 around. The 9 going to go hard into the outside wall. The 82 nowhere to go. Contact is made, and then the 1. Brad Slaughter going to glitch through. The 92 going to make contact with Brad Slaughter Jr. Oh, man, contact. Well, that is going to bring out the caution here again tonight. We go back up alive. I still don't think you pit here. You continue your Trek 6 cautions here tonight. You know, cautions, Bryce, as we alluded to, or you alluded to earlier, cautions can breed caution.
Well, yeah, but I think, you know, with this few laps that are left right here, you know, you just got to stay out. And, you know, a couple guys near the back of the pack, it wouldn't be bad for them to come in and get some tires, hope to make up some positions. But really, if you're in the top 10 right now, your best bet is to stay out and just hang on.
All right, well, 6 cautions, 22 laps, 8 laps to go here. 4 lead changes here this evening as we take a look at that. But right now, it's going to be Lee Staples up front.
Yeah, like I was saying, I mean, you know, Lee's got a good shot here. Kyle Knapp's got a good shot. I think really the top 4, even the top 5 have a good shot at it with the way they were running. But Kyle Knapp and James Shane Wolf definitely, I think, can give Lee a run for his money if they can quit messing around with each other.
Oh man, these final laps, Bryce, they're going to really play a big factor here tonight. You know, track position, tires, they can make it on fuel. We know that. So, you know, I think it's going to really come down to that tire wear. I really do.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, you know, I think tire wear will be important, but I think it's really going to come down to who can get out front and kind of make these guys pass them. You know, I think clean air is going to be the most important. It can make up for a lot of tire wear.
All right, well, Lee Staples, under 10 to go. I don't interview anybody. Of course, we got to talk about it, Bryce. Now, this season, they only get 1 green-white-checkered attempt. That's it. That's all they get is 1. Could we see that 1 attempt here? I mean, we've got, take a look at it here. We've got 32 drivers, roughly, 31 drivers roughly still yet on the lead lap out of the 43. So 80% of the field roughly on the lead lap.
Well, I mean, yes, technically we could see it, but I think these guys can keep it clean here for 3 laps after we get going again. So we'll just wait for them to probably go double file this time by and get back to going.
All right, well, 86 people watching here tonight. 20 likes. I still think we can hit that 50 as they get double file here tonight, folks. Gonna go back green flag racing for the Doug Designs ARCA Series round number 4. About said 5. Round number 4 here at Michigan. Man, such a wide track. Yeah, man, Lee Staples, all he has to do is hold off Kyle Knapp, James Shanewoolf, and Rick Christensen for 6 laps. Gonna be 5 laps to go coming to that green flag here tonight. So, it's gonna get wild, Bryce.
Oh, I think it's gonna be some good racing, and I'm excited to watch the end of this right here.
Bryce, I do appreciate you up here in the booth here with me tonight, man. It's been an honor. Taken away from everything that's been going on, for sure.
Oh yeah, I appreciate you inviting me up here tonight.
Yeah,
and
not a problem, bud.
Josh, just want to make sure we have a good race here to the finish, and everybody stays safe and away from this coronavirus, man.
Oh, yeah, that is the main thing. Well, the pace car is going to be off and away. Coming to 5 to go. Oh, the pace car is not fully off, and Lee Staples is on the loud pedal. What?
That's going to be a tough call for the officials,
the admin's going to have to take a look at that.
Yeah,
that was close. Lee Staples. Now here comes the 12 of Kyle Knapp. Oh, we got a caution here. And this is an actual caution. As soon as I can catch up to him, Mount Alverson gonna be involved in this. But let's go back here and take a look at it on the MaxSpeedTV replay. There's rules in play when they get going. So we'll take a look at the caution. And then we'll take a look at that replay here. But we got to look at the caution here for Matt Alverson. He's on the outside there. Oh! Right there, the 77, the Dos Equis machine, Brian Wasserman. It looks like neck coating, hammy action, contact there between him and the 10. And then the 4 going to get involved. That's where we see the contact. The 10 going to go spinning there. So this is where the caution is going to come out again here tonight. But,
So Joshua, you're gonna have to remind me of the exact rule for Extreme 99. Is it when the pace car dives to pit road, or is it when the pace car crosses the white line to pit road?
All 4 tires of the pace car has to be below that white line or the line to pit road. They have to be below that line. That's the rule for Extreme.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Yep, there it is. They just called Lee Staples for that restart violation, and unfortunately, I have to agree with him.
That is the rule. Lee Staples was going to get an EOL for jumping the gun before the pace car was off the track. Of course, let's get down here to the official admin docs here, as I do have it. So, but it looks like this caution.
Yeah, he just, he got kind of tricked. The pace car dove down there a little early and kind of did a little fake out.
Wreck here under caution. What happened? Rick Christensen involved in that. We're going to go back and take a look at it here under the MaxSpeedTV replay because something happened between the 6 of Rick Christensen and another driver. 3 to go. We're going to be under the green-white-checkered, but I got to look at what happened here with Rick Christensen.
So
it looks like
it was
we
between
have
the 88 and the 6.
The 88 right there. Oh, that is what happened. Under caution here. So, with that penalty coming to Lee Staples. Yep. Looking at that documentation here, Lee Staples is going to receive an EOL for jumping the restart. That is going to give the lead up to Kyle Knapp. 3 to go. Green-white-checkered attempt here tonight.
Man, I tell you, that 88, that just wasn't a smart move on his part coming to catch up to the field. He's going about 10, 15 mile an hour too fast for the situation he was in, and he just flat hit that 6. I hope the 6 doesn't have too much damage out of that because he didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, the 6 is going to be Rick Christensen. We look back at it here. Looks like Rick doesn't have too much damage. Coming from 6 to 4, he's up a couple of spots. They have some damage on that rear end. You will have to watch the aerodynamics, of course, but you know, that's what happens under caution. But I think green-white-checkered attempts here tonight.
Yeah, you know, with a green-white-checkered and with Kyle Knapp having control of the field, as long as he gets a good launch, he's definitely going to win this thing because 2 laps just isn't enough to really get this car wound out and get up to the front like that.
Oh yeah, it takes 7 to I would say anywhere between 6 to 10 laps on tires to get them warmed back up. You know, they have been out here roughly at about 18 laps, but you got to look at the cautions they've had here. You know, back to back for sure. So tires are going to be pretty cool here tonight.
Yeah, this will be a good one here. I'm excited to see this finish. 2 to go. When we get around basically between the 83 and the 12. The 59 of James Thorndike and the 6 of Rich Christensen are still in this thing, I think. Anybody outside that top 4, I'm afraid they're just going to need something to happen before they're going to be able to get up there.
Basically, 5th on back. My pick, Edward Bray, up to 5th. Started 23rd. Now, he is looking for a big wreck ahead of him for sure. But right now, it's going to be Kyle Knapp up front here tonight. 89 people watching here. 26 likes here. Oh, man. Awesome racing out here tonight. But we've had a few cautions here at the end. Well, the leader, of course, has to cross the line to take the white flag. If a caution comes out before then, well, that's going to end it here tonight. But Kyle Knapp has chosen the outside line, Bryce. Do you think that is the line you need to be in?
You know, that outside line's been strong all night. We'll see what he's got right here. He's getting ready. Pace car's diving off. Number 12 of Kyle Knapp got a pretty good start there. Not great, but I think it's probably going to be enough here. He's got a full half-second lead. The 59 of James Thorndike, though, gave a really good push to that 83. It might get him up to speed.
Well, this is the draft. This is the push. James Shane Wolf in 2nd. Rick Christensen now going to be in that 4th spot. James Thorndike in 3rd on the backstretch here this evening. 2 to go here tonight. The leader has to cross the white flag.
Man, James Shane Wolf got a heck of a run there on Kyle Knapp going into 3 and 4. That kind of changes things. He's right there in striking distance.
He is, but coming across the stripe. 1 to go here tonight under the green-white-checkered. whatever happens, happens here this evening, folks. Oh,
Man, the 83 just drove it under there. I don't think he's going to be able to keep it in the gas, though.
Crisscross here. Oh,
Yeah, buddy. They're going to be drag racing down the
side by
backstretch.
side.
They better watch out. That 59 of James Thorndyke's going to stick it in there.
Oh, here comes the 59. Yes, James Thorndyke.
Oh,
he
that
is
push.
coming. Well, we're going to
that
have
83's got that outside
photo
lane.
finish. Photo finish, folks. Photo finish here tonight. Oh, man, about it for a second. But Kyle Knapp is going to win it here tonight. Wow, what a race.
Man, Kyle better give a big thanks to James Thorndyke. He pushed him really well down that straightaway. I think without that push, Kyle might not have made that pass, but awesome job.
Man, what a race and what a finish here tonight. 99 concurrent viewers here, folks. Man, awesome by everybody out there. Man, what a finish out here tonight. The fourth round here for the Doug Designs ARCA Series, and a fourth different winner here as well. But that RB's custom rigged machine is going to bring it home into victory lane, folks. Man, he's going to burn it out here. We're going to step away, play a commercial break, folks. Get the top three up here for an interview. Don't go anywhere, because we will be right back. Alrighty, folks, we are back here live on MaxSpeedTV. But we have caught up with our third place finisher here tonight. That is going to be James Thorndike. James, man, congratulations. Round number 4. Got a top 3 out here this evening. Man, talk about the racing out there here tonight, bud. That was fantastic.
I have to say, it was exciting as hell. It was exciting as hell. It was fun. I messed up in qualifying a little bit, had to go to the middle of the pack. Then I did a quick pit stop there early on, hoping for a long run. But man, I have to say, this was exciting and fun. Nail biter at the end.
Oh yeah, definitely a nail biter at the end. Well, how the really the important question coming to the end of the race was the tires. You guys had the fuel, but how did the tires hold up there?
Well, I think the cautions helped out a lot. We didn't get to put a lot of heat in them because we didn't run like 1 or 2 laps at a time. Yeah. So for me, the tires were not the issue. It was just trying to time the pass just right.
Well, I don't know how you did it, but you managed to finish third here tonight, buddy. Well, you got a couple of off weeks here, 2 weeks off, and then we will be coming up to Texas, after the couple of weeks off. So, going from this race, this track, 2 miles to 1.5 miles, Texas is very, very fast as well. So talk about it.
Yes, sir, it is. And it's exciting to be going to Texas. And I've ran pretty well there in the past. So I'm looking forward to that. And hopefully this will build some momentum for my ECM GTR simulator, Doug Design U.S. military car. And I got to give a thank out to Shad Curran for my team owner, man. This is awesome. Looking forward to the next half of the season.
Oh, yeah, man. We're going to be coming up on round 5. But, Bryce, do you have anything for James Thorndike here tonight before we let him go celebrate and get ready for Texas in 2 weeks?
Well, man, what did you think coming to that last lap? What was your strategy there?
Well, to be honest, I lifted a little early in 1 so that I could try and get some momentum coming out of 2. And I got some momentum, but then they dropped way down. And I couldn't get down low enough to try and force a 3 wide, so I just kind of backed out of it a little bit. And I thought, well, maybe the 12 will get in a little hot into 3 and push up, and I'll be able to go underneath them. But they both held their line great. It was awesome finish, and I'm glad to come home third today.
Yeah, man, it was a great finish there at the end. I tell you, I think the 12 of Kyle Knapp there might owe you a bag of cookies or something for giving him a little bump there going into the third corner. So he that definitely helped push him past James there on the last lap.
Well, on that restart, the leader decided to pick the outside. So I got a pretty good restart, and I gave the 83 a good shove down the front stretch going into turn 1, hoping he'd get beside him. But that did not work out. But all in all, it was a great race. I'm tickled pink here. Today's my birthday, so I couldn't be happier.
There you go, man.
Thank you.
Well, happy birthday, bud. Well, man, congratulations, third out here tonight, James. We're going to go ahead and let you go celebrate, man. Any final thoughts, shout-outs you want to give before you do that here this evening?
Yeah, once again, I'd like to thank ECM, GTR Simulators, Doug Design, the U.S. military for everything they do, because without them, we wouldn't be able to do this. And Shad, my team owner. And obviously my girlfriend and my 10-month-old baby.
All right. Well, let's go celebrate. Enjoy the 2 weeks off, bud, for the ARCA series. Get ready for Texas, man, because it's going to be another fast race.
Yes, sir. And you guys do a great job. Thank you for the broadcast.
Bud. All right. Well, that is going to bring us to our second place finisher here tonight, James Shane Wolf. I'm going to let Bryce interview our second place here tonight. Bryce, go ahead, bud.
Well, James, you brought it home second tonight. I can't remember where you started, but I feel like you had a strong car all night for the most part. I saw you up there quite a bit. What'd you think, man? How'd your race go?
Man, it just feels good to actually finish one of these things. The last couple of weeks, we've been top 2 and wrecked out on the final lap both times. So I just appreciate Kyle for racing me clean. Same with James Thorndike. Because I'm getting used to getting wrecked with 2 to go here, and it feels good to actually cross the line.
Well, you know what they say, sometimes the racing gods giveth and sometimes the racing gods taketh away. So, you know, tonight they gave you a little bit of help. You need just a little bit more. What do you think you needed to make that pass there on the final 2 laps?
Going into 3 there on the last lap, I feel like if I could have pinched Kyle a little bit more on entry, it would have messed him up on exit, and I overdrove the corner just a little too much to be able to get down there on his door. So, but if I would have backed that corner up, I feel like the outcome could have been different. But either way, he worked hard for it, and I'm happy that he won it.
Yeah, man, I really thought you were going to come off of 4 there and really get down next to his door, but you definitely gave him plenty of room. You two raced each other clean, so both of you should be happy with that ending. You know, hopefully next week or here in 3 weeks you'll be able to come back and take the win at Extreme.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope to put it back in the victory lane. Thank you guys for giving us a place to race. I appreciate the streams. It's a good time here at Extreme.
All right, James, anybody you want to give a shout out to here before we let you go?
I got to thank Elite Entertainment Gaming and Esports, One Mind 2 Design. He does all my wraps. First Impression Interior, Ed Robinson. He's spotted for me every week so far. And Kepner Boys Trucking for the support as well. Appreciate all y'all.
Awesome, buddy. Well, good luck here in 2 weeks. Enjoy your time off, and we'll see you at the racetrack.
Thank you all. Y'all have a good one.
All right, James. We'll see you in 3 weeks, bud.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh. All right, well, that is going to bring us to our winner here tonight, making it, well, the 4th, a different winner here for Extreme in the Doug Designs ARCA Series. Kyle Knapp, buddy, I don't know how you did it in that RB Custom Rigs, but I'm sure Rick Bell is going to be proud, man. Talk about the race out here tonight to bring it home into victory lane, bud.
It went pretty good actually. I tried to do some pit strategy when that first caution came out. Didn't really work out. I mean, I had to fight tooth and nail to get back to the front, and that restart penalty, that's what helped me pretty much. Either that or I would have been second or third. But yeah, it was great. This is sweet.
But when you heard that restart penalty come over, from the admins, what was going through your mind? Saying, all right, well, I've got the lead. What do I need to do? What was going through your mind at that time?
Just had to put 2 good laps together. The 83 was really fast. I thought I was really good on the long runs. I just didn't have good front end speed for the runs, and Rick Donathan's poking me. But yeah, it was a good race. I got to thank all my teammates for helping me this week. Garrett and Tim for letting me drive this car. R&B Custom Rigs, Rick Bell, and then Rick's Hot Sauce and Doug Designs for sponsoring the ARCA series.
Well, Kyle, we're going to have a couple of weeks off. Week 13, Memorial Day coming up, and then we come back for round 5, halfway mark for the regular season at, of course, the fast track, the fast 1.5 miles of Texas. So, what's your thoughts on Texas?
I really can't wait. I love that track and the trucks. Normally, if I run really good in the trucks, for some reason at a track, I run really good at that track. So it's going to be fun. I wish Brad could have stayed in the race all night, but I would have loved to battle him too as well for the win.
Well, it is what it is, Bryce. Anything for our winner here tonight, Kyle Knapp, buddy?
I'll tell you what, Kyle, I thought you ran a great race there. I told James Thorndike, I believe it was, that that you owe him a bag of cookies for pushing you there at the end. But I want to know what you're going to do with your 2 weeks off.
Well, first I get to brag for 2 weeks that I'm the winner, and then probably just do a lot of practicing for Texas with the all my teammates.
There you go, buddy. Well, I'm going to tell you to enjoy it. Don't spend all your time racing, and I hope you enjoy this one and go from there.
Yes, sir. Thanks, guys.
All righty, Bryce. Well, again, final thoughts, shout outs you want to give before you go celebrate? And of course, in 3 weeks, get ready for Texas. Go ahead, Mike yours.
Got to thank Rick Bell Custom Rigs again, Rick's Hot Sauce, Doug Designs, for sponsoring the ARCA, Rick Donathan for putting this on with Extreme Motorsports 99, Garrett and Tim again for letting me drive Kicking Asphalt Racing's ARCA car, and all my teammates. And I'll see you guys in a couple weeks at Texas.
All right. Well, another question. Are you going to be racing tomorrow night in the trucks?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we'll see you tomorrow night. All righty, Kyle. Go celebrate the victory here this evening.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and pull Rick Donathan up here in the booth. He is down there in staging. Rick Donathan, man, what an awesome race out here by these drivers here tonight, buddy. Glad to have you up here in the broadcast booth.
Hey, man, great to be here. Fantastic race out there tonight. And, I just want to make sure that I sent Kyle Knapp a message to let him know congratulations, Knapp, because he wanted to make sure I got his last name right. So I believe I got it right.
You've been calling him Knapp the last couple of
Knapp, I believe so. So I see we got a special guest up here in the booth,
yes.
Mr. Whitson. How are you tonight here, buddy? You sound great out there on the mic. I hear you. You sound fantastic. Seen some things in the news. You seem like you've been a busy guy. Hey, it's good to see you.
I appreciate it, Rick. Josh just asked me to come out and do this race, and sorry, I got something in my throat there. Asked me to come out and do this race, and didn't have a lot else going on tonight, so I thought, sure, this would be fun. This is something I haven't really done much of, and I had a good time tonight. I'm glad to see ExtremeMotorsports99.com still running a high quality show and keeping things under control, and it's a good race overall.
Fantastic. Yes, absolutely. Phenomenal race here tonight. And I tell you, what makes it a phenomenal race is the group of guys that we've got out there on the track that's working week to week, working together each week. But I tell you, it's a group effort. Not only the drivers put their time in out there, but we've got fantastic admins up there in the booth that is looking after these guys. And to top it all off, we've got some phenomenal broadcasters up here that's just putting the show on out there for the fans. And to put the icing on the cake, we got fantastic fans out there tuning in each week with us here and rooting for these guys every week. It's phenomenal.
Oh yeah, for sure, Rick. I've always told you that you put on a really good show with ExtremeMotorsports99.com. I think you put on a great show. I think you've got a lot of great support behind you. I mean, you definitely do a lot of work to keep this thing running, and I know that these admins do a lot of work. So I'm glad to see it happening, man.
Fantastic. Well, I tell you what, Gary Wells seems to be pretty quiet tonight. Joshua, what did you do? Did you lock him in the bathroom today?
No, he is actually he's pulling people up for me. He is muted. It's just me and Bryce really up here in the booth, but Gary's been pulling the drivers up here for me, during the interviews. So, but Gary, he's up here. Gary, unmute yourself. It looks like Rick really wants to talk to you.
Just moderating and producing. I'm just doing my due diligence on Mondays. I try to help out in the chat when I can and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm here for.
Fantastic there, Gary. Always a great job from you as well. And not only you helping out up in the broadcast booth, but as a team owner as well, doing a phenomenal job out there with that. But Joshua, I didn't catch who your pick was tonight. Who was your pick tonight?
Well, my pick tonight was Edward Bray. That was my pick here tonight to win it here. It looks like Edward Bray is going to finish in the top 10 in 10. So, of course, we'll go through those, the unofficial results, later. But that was my pick.
Fantastic. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to let you guys get back at it. I'm going to attend the meeting down here. And again, thank you all for the fantastic job that you guys do for us week to week. Thank you out there to the fans out there tuning in, rooting for these guys week to week, almost every night of the week, Monday through Thursday. You guys are tuning in. The moderators out there that's working the YouTube channel, big thanks to them for the things that they do out there. Absolutely phenomenal. And again, Bryce, hopefully we can see you more in the future. And it's always great to see you.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Like I say, just wanted to come out tonight. We'll see what happens in the future. We're just kind of waiting to find out what's going to go on with all my treatments and everything. So one of those things we just got to wait on.
All righty. Well, Josh, tell you what, show is yours. Close us out, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, Rick, glad to have you up here in the booth. Let's get down here to the unofficial results, putting the admin stuff that they've got going on here tonight. But Kyle Knapp going to bring it home into victory lane here tonight for our fourth different winner here for Extreme Motorsports and 99.com. Doug Design ARCA Series. Man, what a finish that was. James Shane Wolf tried to make the pass to, get that second win, but man, not able to do it. He will finish second here this evening. James Thorndike in third, Rick Christensen in fourth, Brian Wasserman fifth, Rodrigo Loga in sixth, Eric Talent seventh, Sean Corcoran in eighth, Jake Bustos ninth, and Edward Bray going to round out the top 10. Bryce?
Yeah, I think it's a great race tonight. Josh?
Oh, yeah, 11th.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm not used to doing this stuff. You know how that is.
It's cool. 11th through 20th, buddy. Go ahead. Do you have that?
Oh, I don't have it up. I'll be honest with you.
Well, let me finish it out here, and then we'll. Okay, Gary, go ahead, bud. You're up here. Go ahead.
11th place, we've got Tyler Raw. 12th place, Brendan L. Book. We've got 13th place, Brian Abbott. 14th place, Doug Blackman, strong top 15 tonight. 15th is going to be Ryan Branshaw. 16th is going to be Nolan Neiman. 17th, Jeff Glockner. 18th is going to be Cody Kepner. 19th is going to be Patrick Moore. And rounding out the top 20, Pierce Moffitt.
All right, 21st, Carter Coop. I love saying his name. I don't know why, but he's going to finish 21st here. Randy Cruder, 22nd. Evermore Senior, 23rd. Matt Alverson, 24th. Ryan Swan, 25th. Ron Schutte, 26th. Donnie Lee, 27th. Ryan Douglas, 28th. Chris Canfield, 29th. Kevin Franks, 30th. Gary, go and finish this out here on the unofficial results here tonight.
31st, we've got Eli Green. 32nd, Russell LePage. 33rd is going to be Lee Staples. 34th, Orlando Rivera. 35th is going to be Justin Lemke. 36 is going to be Brad Slaughter. 37th is going to be Rick Donathan Sr. 38th is going to be Christian Diaz. Rounding out the field tonight is going to be Jeremy Rigney. And, of course, shout out to Doug Design, John Sterling, and Jake Clarkson for all they do, sponsoring and admin the series here.
All right, Fernando Gamboa in 40th, Keith Taney 41st, James Haney 42nd, Ryan Wilson 43rd here this evening. As he said, congratulations to the top finishers here. And, of course, congratulations goes to our winner here tonight. It's going to be Kyle Knapp. Well, Bryce, glad to have you out here tonight, man. I know circumstances, we didn't get to really allude on what's going on, but, tell the fans, you're fighting, man. You're fighting. Go ahead.
Yeah, in August of 2017, I was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia, AML, if you've ever heard. A lot of people have heard of childhood leukemia, which is ALL. AML is kind of the same. It's similar but different. Generally affects older population. Pretty rare for somebody my age to get AML, actually. So, we've just been fighting that since August 2017. Here recently, we've been trying to get into a clinical trial in Philadelphia. And it seems like every time that we get ready to go, something happens. Anything from the coronavirus here recently all the way to patient deaths on the trial and just complications in general. So, I signed up for this trial all the way back in October of last year, and here it is, May or June, and we still haven't been able to get there. So, we're just trying to get through that, looking for lots of prayers and thoughts to hopefully get up to Philadelphia here in the next few weeks or month, and hope that this trial is going to do what we need it to do to cure up this leukemia finally. It's been a heck of a battle for sure.
Well, thoughts and prayers first and foremost, Bryce. That's the main thing. You're gonna fight through it. You've been fighting through it. You're gonna win. You're gonna be back up here in the booth with us here at MaxSpeedTV, and no doubt about it. And you're gonna be as strong as ever. You're gonna beat this, man. That's one thing that you alluded to earlier in the broadcast here tonight is that that donation thing. So go ahead and give that website out there for everybody.
Yeah, so that's join.bethematch.org. Be the Match, they are the National Marrow Donor Program for the United States. So basically, their job is they match marrow donors with patients who have a blood malignancy. It's real easy to join the registry. Like I say, you just go to join.bethematch.org. You'll order a little swab kit that you'll put in your cheek. Just swab your cheeks, and that'll send it back to them, and that'll put you in the registry. If they call on you, it's really not a bad thing. It's not a bad transfusion. I've actually had a very similar thing done where they did a blood cell collection on me. It really involves sitting in a chair for about 3 to 4 hours with a IV in both arms, and they just filter out your blood. The good thing is that that's the blood that's going to save somebody like me. The other awesome thing about it is that the treatment that they're going to give you up front is going to make your body produce a ton of cells, and so you're going to feel like Superman for about a week. So really no downsides to becoming a donor. You know, real easy to do, and you'll definitely save somebody's life.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that is the main thing. Well, of course, that's going to end it here tonight on MaxSpeedTV. But tomorrow night, the Northern Capital Truck Series. We're going to be back at it here for Michigan tomorrow night, folks. You don't want to miss it. But myself, Joshua Medlock, Bryce Whitson Jr., and Gary Wells joining us here up in the booth here at the end of the race. But we will see you tomorrow night. Until then, folks, stay safe and have a good night.